You know, one of the greatest fears that a lot of men have in America is when they thinking they are dating a woman and then it comes out that they were dating a trans woman. And a lot of those fears have a lot of men saying they just want to leave the country because, you know, this stuff has really, you know, became, you know, just out of hand for a lot of men to deal with. But let's review it.
Okay, so I feel like as a trans woman, you shouldn't even tell a guy that you're transgender. I feel like it's not even their business to know that you're trans or what's between your legs or what's your preference.
No. You playing with fire when you do that. People need to know who you are. If you have children, if you're single or you're actually married or got a girlfriend, they need to know that up front. If you have any uncurable diseases, they need to know that. They need to know everything about you up front so they can know if they want to get involved with you or not. They need to know. Anything outside of that, you're deceiving that person, especially a straight male that's looking for a straight woman, a biological woman who gets a menstrual cycle every month. That kind of woman. A woman with a cervix, a woman with a uterus, a woman with fallopian tubes. You know, that kind of woman. He don't want someone that has the same plumbing as him.
I just personally feel, that's how I personally feel. Like, to this day, my boyfriend don't even know I'm transgender, and we've been dating for 2 years. And I don't think I'm ever going to tell him. I don't even know how I will tell him. But I just personally feel like you should not tell a guy until you're ready to tell a guy. No,
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
no matter if y'all talking seriously or if y'all just talking as friends. So guys, I finally told my boyfriend that I was trans because I guess one of his friends followed me on TikTok and they told him, and he basically was like telling them like he had already knew. After like the first couple of months, he had already figured it out. He had already knew. Like, he kept on.
The lies. There you
The
go.
lies.
This bitch.
The
I'm
lies.
telling you, trifling.
Yeah, he was lying. He didn't figure nothing out.
Asking me for like baby pictures, and I would always tell him like I don't have any baby pictures. Like, I was adopted. That was not a lie. Like, that's real. I was adopted, so I never had any baby pictures. So he was just like, he had already knew. He called my phone and he was just like, hey, like, I feel like it's time that we just like actually spend the night with each other, because we've never spent the night with each other. We always do like long distance. So he just bought me a ticket. I'm supposed to be leaving tomorrow at 10:50, flying out to go and spend the night with him because he felt like it's long overdue. And he said he has some really important things to ask me in person. I feel like he's going to ask me to marry him, and I'm about to cry.
I would say this. Don't go over there. I don't suggest that. It could be a setup. Because let me tell you something about men. One of your homeboys find out that a female you've been messing with is actually a trans woman, and that's not what you're into. That's not what you thought you're fooling with, right? You thought you're fooling a biological woman. Men and how men are, we will be clowning that dude. And we will telling him, how the hell you didn't know, bro? Like, how did you didn't know? Like, it'll be 1,000 questions about how you don't know. It has happened many times before in the news. There are men who have been deceived, find out that person was a trans woman, and they go ballistic and end up catching a murder case. When they talk about violence against trans women, that's usually where it comes from. That. But remember the first video? Well, I don't think I should have to say anything. Yeah, you do. But that's a dangerous game. Once again, this is why a lot of men wants to get on out of here. But at the same time, they have trans women in these other countries too. I'm not talking about the African continent, because the African continent, But like this, if you want to go to a country, fellas, and you don't want to deal with no situation like that, then you need to go over there with President Museveni in Uganda. Go there to Uganda with President Museveni, and you won't have that problem because he don't tolerate it. Well, Ethiopia is another country too. There's a lot of African countries that don't tolerate that sort of thing. But yeah, that's not a good look. And like I said, I feel for y'all. I feel for y'all out here dating because, I don't usually go political too much on this platform, but that Democrat Party that's in operation, they really pushed this sort of thing. And I don't know if you saw that at the White House, they had a pride event and you had a trans person by the name of Rose Montoya, and Rose decides to pull out her boobs and everything at the White House. So yeah, that's what that particular party is on. But yeah, I would have told him, don't go over there. Don't go over there. Don't go over there. That's not a good look. 'Cause like I said, he didn't get with you because he knew you was that. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how this is as fellas. Have any of you been deceived? Like I say, you can talk about it in the comment section. Nobody know who you are. Like, have you somebody you was talking to and find out they was trans? Let me know.